This women's speed skating, men's downhill, and curling and women's hockey edition of the Olympic Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Let it slide. And what is up, DGen Nation, Olympic betting hopefuls, and just everybody else who's coming here trying to take down corporate gambling? Welcome to another episode of the Olympic Gambling Podcast. My name is Adam Pelletier. I'm the managing editor at SGPN and your host for this wonderful, wonderful show as we go to battle with corporate gambling. We're taking it to them. The book's running scared. They're hiding lines from us until the last minute, trying to protect their profits, their dwindling profits, and we are taking it to them at every step of the way, thanks to insight and just some good old-fashioned elbow grease. We're doing it on multiple platforms, so let's get it started. We got our first gold medal event of this Olympics. We've got the men's downhill happening tomorrow morning, bright and early. Mind you, I'm sorry, I forgot to have the schedule up, but we're ride or die with Odermott and Paris. Odermott out of Switzerland, Paris out of the home Italians. I'm just going to get, it feels like it's destiny. Like the training runs, sure, you might look at them, you might be a little worried that they haven't necessarily been at the level that you'd hope, but it feels like they've kind of been waiting back, positioning themselves optimally. Over on Kalshi, we finally got some lines there for the downhill. Kalshi, remember, the Olympics started, so now those markets are starting to get hot and heavy over on Kalshi, so make sure you take a look. Right now, what we're going to do is they're offering countries for this, so we're going to take 69% of 10 units, put it on the Swiss, which is going to be Odermott and his fellow countrymen, so we get a little bit of a bump there. That's currently at 63 cents. Additionally, we're going to take 22% of that of our 10 units, and we're going to put it on Italy, which is Paris and his. Paris is obviously our main focus. And, you know, USA. Oh, wrong one. USA. We gotta sprinkle a little there on the hometown American boys. So we're going to put 9% of our Kalshi allocation down on America. We had some good runs in training today for the Americans, which is a little bit of a bump. You can't find him on some of the books, weirdly, but the American who had a great run, Radmus Rivers, had a spectacular training run today, finished with the third fastest run down the mountain. You love to see it. You know, who knows? Maybe he can pull something out, and, you know, it's always nice. You know, it's the Olympics. We want to sprinkle a little bit on the back end there. Of course, we're still riding with our bets of Odermott for gold. The odds are now at plus 250. Paris for gold is plus 1,000, and Paris to medal is plus 300. So really great chance to beef up and bulk up the bankroll there. We're on to the women's 3,000 meter speed skating, and this, folks, this is an opportunity right here. The books are laying it out for us, just laying it on a silver platter. I asked my wife if we could take out a mortgage on the place to try to get that. She said no. But that doesn't mean that we're not trying to expand our bankroll and doing some heavy allocation here. The big insult here is that Marina Slabakova out of Czechia had just an amazing, is the current world record holder in this event, okay? You would think that the current world record holder in the women's 3,000 would be, you know, maybe low plus odds to win. Maybe she'd be, you know, maybe even the favorite with minus odds. She is not right now, okay? She is long odds to win a gold medal, plus 400 for just to win a medal, okay? And we're getting her also to medal at only 11 cents over on Kalshi. So we're all over this, okay? This is a woman, she's getting up there in age, but even on this qualifying circuit, she was 7th consistently at the top of each of the fields in qualifying. She's getting up there in age, Kate, savvy veteran, so she's not going to push herself, not going to crush herself in qualifying. And that's not what you want from your vets. You want your vets to be laying back, conserving her energy, and you want her to have a big push when she gets to the Olympics. So, with all that being said, I'm all over Martina Sablikova to medal. And the other travesty is Joy Bayun, who is Dutch, and the Dutch are spectacular speed skaters. Just, if you see the Dutch flag on someone for speed skating, just put money on them, and you're looking good there. But Joy Boone entered 3 qualifying events, won 2 of them, took 3rd in the other one, and she is currently plus money to win gold. And she's at 50 cents to win gold on Kalshi. We're going to be all over her. Okay, she's plus 110 to win gold, current odds that I'm seeing. So we're all over that. And then lastly, the woman who finished 3rd in qualifying, Valerie Maltais, is also, she's even longer odds at plus 200 on DK to medal, 25 cents to medal on Kalshi. She was 3rd in points on qualifying. And that's just absolutely huge. Ragne Wilkland, out of Norway, good, young skater, or I don't even know if she's a young skater. Younger skater, only 25. It's not necessarily her time to do this. She doesn't have the big experience under the bright lights of the Olympics. The Olympic stage matters, y'all. Experience matters. I don't want to bet against the veterans here. Isabel Weideman, also of Canada, had, started a little lower, but then picked it up. She's a little older, more of a veteran, 30. And she won bronze in this event in Beijing. So could maybe sprinkle a little bit to medal there. But I like her teammate, Valerie Maltese, a little bit more to medal, just because I think she had a better qualifying season. She really only had one bad race. And that was when they were in the Netherlands at Thialf in Herenhaven, Netherlands. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to do another allocation on Kalshi. If we're looking at 10 units, we're putting 60% of that on Bayun to win gold. We're putting 20% of that on Sablikova to medal, 15% on Maltais to medal, and we're putting 5% out of that on a Canada gold. So we do get a little bit of Weideman and a little bit of Maltese there across the board. If we're just going straight betting picks, we like Sablikova to medal at plus 400, Bayun to win gold at plus 110, Maltais to win gold at plus 2,000, and Maltais to medal at plus 200. So we're really spreading it out here with our allocations. We want to take advantage. It is a wider pool, and we want to make sure that we win as much as we can. We want as many bites at the apple, so we want to do a couple, a favorite gold medalist with a long shot gold medalist. So lots of opportunity there in the women's 3,000 meters. That's going to be an exciting event on Saturday. Snuck up on me a little bit that it was there. There are lots of other medal events as well, but like snowboarding big air is a lot harder to track. I'm not as up on that, and also it's a lot harder because you don't know what tricks somebody's going to throw into their routine. Just a little bit more than just looking at some straight numbers of speed and skill and accuracy. So yeah, oh Lord, what was I saying? The speed skating is at 10 a.m. tomorrow, so that's great. We also have the 10K kilometer skiathlon at 7 a.m. Didn't do any picks for that. Was focused on some other things. Not going to be able, in no world are we going to be able to give picks for everything. And of course, we wanted to visit hockey a little bit. Overs here in women's hockey have been very live in that over 4.5 to 5.5, particularly among the lower tier teams. They've been scoring a lot of goals on each other, which has been great. So be all over that. We're looking at some medal odds over on Kalshi. Again, I want to stay away from the gold medal between America and Canada. I don't love trying to pick between those two squads right now, and you're not getting good odds really on either. What I do love is Czechia to medal at 36 cents over on Kalshi, because Finland is absolutely battling norovirus right now. They had a game canceled because their squad was just decimated by food poisoning. If your squad's decimated by food poisoning, you're not going to recover really quickly to play high-level hockey. So I'm all over Czechia for that. I'm taking a unit and I'm just putting it all over Czechia to medal. Over just straight betting picks for tomorrow. We got 4 games tomorrow. I got to pick for every game. Japan and Germany, we're going over 4.5. Italy, Sweden, we're going over 4.5. Finland, USA, we're going under 7. A 4-3 game is a high scoring affair, and I don't see that happening between a depleted Finnish squad and the U.S. And Canada and Switzerland under 6.5. Switzerland also has a player battling norovirus, so I don't know what they're feeding them in Italy that's causing this, but beware. I'm also going to parlay. I'm going to single and parlay all of those. I feel really good about that. Over on the last one, mixed doubles curling. You knew we were going to talk about curling at least a little bit. The books are running scared. They're not giving us the full slate at 4 a.m., but they are giving us a 4 a.m. and a partial 8:45 a.m. What I really like, though, is Norway and Czechia to medal over on Kalshi. They are through the hardest parts of their schedule, playing the top half of the field. So get all over that. Similarly, if we're looking at gold, Great Britain is 5-0 atop the field, and they are still only at 31 cents to win gold. And the USA is only at 32 cents to win gold over on Kalshi, so we want some of that. And we're going to sprinkle a little bit of Canada, who's still a top 3 team in this tournament, at 11 cents over on Kalshi. So we're doing some medal and gold medal allocation here. We're putting 40% of our allocation towards the U.S., 40% towards Great Britain, 10% towards Canada, and then we're going to do a little sprinkle on Norway and Czechia to win at 5%. They are both in the single digits, single cents. So love that. If you're looking for some game line picks, we're playing Canada money line in the 4 a.m., Sweden money line in the 4 a.m., and then at 8:45, Norway minus 1.5, and the Czechia money line. We're betting for them to start their medal run there. And, of course, parlay all of those together because guess what? It's a Saturday, early morning. You want to parlay some curling action. No better way to start your weekend. That's going to do it with another episode of the Olympic Gambling Podcast. Make sure you head on over to Kalshi. Use code SGPN. Get that free $20 bonus when you deposit. And, y'all, let's keep going it and have a great weekend and let it slide.